Katie loved animals. Katie ran the Rushing River Rescue Farm, a happy home for many animals, big and small. Her farm was next to the Indian River, and her rescued pets included bouncy horses, mooing cows, bleeding goats, and one super funny pig named Baxter. The townspeople all loved Katie and her farm, but they knew it was getting harder and harder to feed so many hungry mouths. One day, Katie got a very surprising phone call. The local circus was closing down, and they asked if she could take in a tiny baby elephant named Ella. Ella's mother had been mean to her, so Ella felt very lonely and sad. The circus people were worried because Ella was so tiny and needed so much care. They warned Katie that Ella was a handful, but Katie's heart melted. She knew she had to help. Baby Ella loved drinking her bottles and playing in the big green pasture. But something was wrong. The other farm animals, who were usually very friendly, stayed far away from her. The mini cows, who liked to play, wouldn't go near the little elephant. Ella hadn't made a single friend. One day, Ella wiggled her trunk and walked over to Baxter the pig to say hello. But Baxter squealed so loud, and ran away as fast as his little legs could go. Ella felt a pang of sadness. Katie wasn't sure what to do. Maybe the animals were afraid of Ella's big size. To help, she moved Ella into the warm barn. But as soon as Ella walked in, the horses and goats made sad, scared noises. Katie knew she had to move Ella back outside. She looked at the little elephant and saw big wet tears rolling down her gray cheeks. Ella was so lonely. Katie was so sad to see Ella's tears. She called the circus owner for help.
"Is Ella all right?"
asked the circus owner, sounding very surprised.
"She eats so much, she was eating all my snacks."
"She's sad,"
Katie said.
"The other animals won't play with her."
"That's easy to fix,"
the circus owner chirped.
"Ella loves Elvis music. Just play a little rock and roll and she'll be happy."
Katie was glad to have a plan, but she was still worried about the big problem.
"But feeding her still costs so much money."
She sighed.
"Why don't you sell one of your little ponies?"
the circus owner suggested.
"They aren't ponies,"
Katie said, a little bit grumpy now.
"They're mini horses, and they're needed for the big spring festival."
She hung up the phone, feeling more worried than ever. Katie's mom came over with a shiny record called Elvis Greatest Hits. Katie went to the biggest field where Ella was standing all alone. Ella saw Katie, but she still looked sad. Katie put the boombox on the grass and pressed the play button. Suddenly, a super fun song called Jailhouse Rock filled the air. Ella's big ears went up. Her head started to wiggle, and then she began to sway her giant elephant hips, just like a dancing star. Katie laughed and laughed. Ella's big ears perked up. Her head started to wiggle, and then she began to sway her giant elephant hips back and forth, just like a dancing star. Katie couldn't help but laugh.
"I forgot,"
she giggled.
"Elvis used to get in trouble for wiggling his hips."
But Ella didn't care. She was having so much fun that her trunk started to wiggle too. Her sad tears were gone, replaced by dancing with pure joy. As Ella swayed her hips and wiggled her trunk to the music, Katy giggled with delight. Soon, a few curious goats and mini cows crept out of the barn, drawn by the fun sound. They watched Ella dancing and, one by one, decided to join in. The animals started shaking their hips and bobbing their heads too. Katy's husband came out and laughed when he saw the whole barnyard dancing.
We're having a party!
He cheered. Ella, in a moment of pure happiness, grabbed an apple with her trunk and tossed it to Baxter the pig, who happily munched it up.
Look!
Katy cried.
Ella's finally making friends!
Baxter the pig, no longer scared, waddled right up to Ella for another apple. Ella, who was so happy to have a friend, gave him one right away. Soon the goats were getting apple treats too. All the animals were sharing food and dancing with their new friend, Ella. Katy's husband saw all the fun and swooped Katy into his arms. They danced together for the first time in a very, very long time. Katy was so happy and loved being in his arms.
This is the most fun ever!
Her husband said with a big smile.
It sure is!
Katy watched, tears of joy streaming down her face as Ella twirled in delight. She knew then that the farm had not just been saved, but had been reborn. It wasn't just a rescue, but a renewal, fueled by the music and the genuine love that filled the air. The farmer embraced his wife, his voice resonating with an Elvis twang as he announced,
"Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much."
The crowd erupted, not just in applause, but in a joyous, harmonious chorus of cheers for Ella Loves Elvis. The rescue farm was saved and thriving. Children cheered, their laughter like bells, and adults clapped so hard their hands turned pink. Even the animals, from the swaying pigs to the tapping hoof goats, joined in the festive rhythm. The music hadn't just saved the day. It had opened a new, brighter chapter for them all.
Here comes Ellie on the stage. Little elephant stomping with a grin on her face. Trunk in the air, she's rocking this place. Found an old record of that wild guitar. Now she's jamming out and taking it far. She taps her feet to that thunderous sound, swinging her tail as the beat goes round. Any drumstick handed, she'll paint the sky. Rock and roll spirit soaring so high. Ellie's elephant rock, hear a trumpet blow. Turn the volume up, let the good times roll. With a stomp and a swing, feel the wild soul. Rock and roll joy, baby elephant show. She's got tiny shades and a leather jacket too, strumming that six string like she was born to do. Crowds clapping, paws and everybody's in tune, under disco lights and the full moon. From dawn till dusk, she'll groove and she'll play, making every heart chase the blues away. Classic riffs spinning, magic in the air. Ellie's on fire and love's everywhere. Ellie's elephant rock, hear a trumpet blow. Turn the volume up, let the good times roll. With a stomp and a swing, feel the wild soul. Rock and roll joy, baby elephant show.